This is the second video of my little series where I'm looking at and analyzing 10 B2B websites. I found this list randomly on Crunchbase. So I'm going through and looking at 7 different elements of each of the sites, kind of in a jumbled order, but they are my initial reaction to the site, um, the above the fold elements in their success, the messaging and positioning, the demo and or free trial page, the overall structure of the site, how the site kind of markets their individual features and benefits of their products. And lastly is the conversion opportunities. I then give a very loose grade out of 10, 10 being amazing, 1 being not amazing. A couple of things to keep in mind if you didn't see the first one. So these are 2 disclaimers. First disclaimer is I'm only looking at these sites on desktop, not on mobile. And the second disclaimer is that these videos aren't an opportunity for me to just outright criticize for no reason, just random websites. What I'm hoping is that these videos are kind of entertaining. It's like live user interaction, but also maybe you can take and emulate or reproduce some of the elements that you think are effective, or to maybe avoid some that you don't think would work so well for you. So last time we looked at the project management tool ClickUp. In this video, we're going to look at Boxxstep.com. So let's reveal the site. Right, so this is Boxxstep.com. So my initial reactions, it's quite clean. This graphic on the right it looks like an org chart. I thought it was kind of an ancestry.com, like a family tree, but I'm assuming this is an org chart. Okay, so there's a couple of conversion elements. There's a sign in that's kind of grayed out, and there's a book a demo, which is the dominant CTA. Below my avatar, there's also a book a demo and a watch video. Okay, interesting. Also, just a heads up that the site and the video and things like that might seem slow. That's nothing to do with the site itself. It's because I'm recording on Loom and that slows down my Mac. So don't assume that you're seeing a real-time site speed. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the copy. So big, bold headline: sell high, wide, and deep. Okay, so win more deals by aligning your selling with your customers' buying committees, know them, enable them, learn from them. Um, okay, so does it pass the robot test? The robot test is, does this copy sound like it was written by an automaton or by a human being? Um, it passes. It does sound like it's written by a human being because it's kind of like editorial, right? It's kind of non-functional. So sell high, deep, and wide. Um, doesn't really mean anything. Um, I think what I find a lot on SaaS websites is kind of like, like the value proposition beneath the headline, so the win more deals and so on. I always find that they should like switch those. Like this kind of editorial, non-functional headline, I think is okay further into the site. But if I'm landing on this site for the first time, I think win more deals by aligning your selling with your customers' buying committees is so much more powerful. It's also not that long, right? It's like it's one sentence. So I would have switched those. There is a typo, unfortunately, so there should be an apostrophe in customers. Um, I really like though that it's very specific, right? So as SaaS evolves, we know that the buyer journey has evolved and has kind of uh, it's grown out of our desired cycle. So we want everything to go through various linear touch points. We know that doesn't happen, mainly because not one single person from a company now makes a decision on whether to buy a product or not. It has become buying committees. So then how do you manage those buying relationships when there's 3, 4, 10 people involved? So I guess this site is enabling us to do them. So it's enabling us to know them, to enable them, and to learn from them. I mean, that's kind of just redundant text, right? It doesn't really mean anything. Okay, so let's go down slightly. Ooh, okay, so the family has been growing, I see. So there's some like product illustrations. Um, I can't make out what that is. Like intuitively, I can't really make out what that is. So I'm guessing that's a buying committee. This is like tasks or something. Uh, Review. I don't know what that really means. I mean, I guess, right? It's about buying committees, but it doesn't really say much. I think when it comes to graphics, right? Like if you have like product images and they're very clean, they're super effective. But I think if you don't have those, then your creatives really are about like kind of a subconscious like branding element. Like a website looks sophisticated or it doesn't, basically, by kind of the quality of its images. And this doesn't really look massively sophisticated. Um, okay, we've got some copy. Use relationship manage mapping to improve your sales engagements. Visualize your customer buying committee reporting lines, politics, influence, buying stages, consensus, contact owners, and buyer profiles at opportunity and account level. Capture the important business drivers and initiatives. Now that's super interesting. So that I'm guessing that's this kind of thing, right? So it creates this kind of lattice of kind of relationships. I love that it includes politics. So that might be like, I don't know, there's a frustrated marketing manager who wants to be CMO. And in the calls, it's like, actually, it all depends on my opinion, when really it depends on the CMO's opinion. That would be super interesting to see how they even like make that into a feature, or an element of the feat of the product. That's cool. Okay. Uh, Use mutual action plans to collaborate with your customers. Help your customers navigate the complexity of deciding and buying with our version, which we call outcome enablement plans. Okay. Use win-loss feedback to understand what you need to do. Every deal is an opportunity to learn from your customers' buying committees. Their feedback about your performance helps you to make improvements across your sales team. That's interesting. So there's kind of a like you're learning from sales interactions as you go along, and I guess that's what that means. Okay. So why focus on buying committees? Interested parties. Okay. Okay, so now it tells you kind of why basically to use this product, to understand those involved, to get a collective yes, to help them buy, to get feedback. Um, I can see, yeah, I would have something about like reducing the sales cycle because they're just getting massive, right? Okay, now we've got some statistics. Salespeople don't identify all buyers involved. Okay, so these need to be way higher up. I mean, these are like statistics are just intuitive, right? Like as people, we just understand them instantly. So 80% of salespeople don't identify all buyers involved. I assume that's correct. 84% of buyers thought the process took too long. Again, so like there's this speed element. Um, so these need to be much more prominent because these are the reasons, right? These are the statistical reasons why you would use this site. We help you manage what you need to know. Yeah, that's not great. Why, what, how, blah, 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 blah. Book a demo. Let us make you more productive. Successful selling is built upon blah, 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 blah. Okay, these are clickable. Okay, social proof. That kind of needs to be higher up. What's the upside of using Boxxstep? Okay. Again, all of this stuff needs to be the opposite end of the site, right? Like it needs to be much higher. One platform, three problems solved, learn how. So they've kind of introduced a different messaging tactic here. Um, so it's about again, like last time, my previous video, it's about like consolidation or aggregation into a single platform. It doesn't say what problems you're solving though, or what you're kind of consolidating. And I don't want to learn how by giving up like half an hour of my lunch break. Get your copy now. Okay, so I thought that was a demo. It's not. It's a download. So it's a gated asset. Okay. Um, Quick look at the menu. Relationship mapping, mutual action plans, win-loss analysis. That's nice. So it's basically the three dominant product features. Um, so you can explore them in more depth. I really like that. Super simple. Pricing is nice. Should we see if they actually have the pricing? Okay, let's see if they actually have the pricing. Okay, there's a loading element there. They do have the pricing. Okay. Zero. Okay, and they have different currencies. Yes, they do. Okay, that's nice. Stuff. I like that. I like that kind of copy. Blog, podcast, contact. Super simple stuff. Right, let's have a look at the, let's go back to the homepage. It's loading, it's loading. Again, slowed down by Loom, I imagine. Uh, let's have a look at sign in. Okay, so just email and password. Nice and simple. Book a demo. Let's have a look at the demo page. Okay, so this is Kevin Dixon. So this is Kevin Dixon from the homepage illustration. That's nice. So, oh, so he's the founder. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so they've tied that together. I'm imagining this is one of their kind of one of their landing pages that the product allows you to build. Um, so it has his social icons. Let's just see, they're all clickable. Then it's got his contact information, about me, book me, gallery. Okay, so this is just this, right? So it gives you an intro to Kev, and then you can book an introduction for 1 hour, 30 minutes. Oh, that's interesting. So they have I guess these are like frequently asked questions during a demo, and what he's done is he's made that the theme of an individual meeting. So if you're like, how does relationship mapping help? What that means is, I think, is how does it work? So then if that's really what you want to know, because maybe you've gone through that really nice lean product menu and you've gone to mapping and you still don't know what it is. I mean, you should by that point, right? If not, the website isn't doing its job properly. But if you still don't know or you want more information, you can literally book a meeting just for that product feature. I think that's really nice. Then you can have some training on the product. That's nice. I'm hoping that's open for existing users. General sales call. That's nice. And then you can book it with a calendar element here. Change time zone. That's nice. Gallery. What's this? Okay, so it has product images. It looks like an illustrated HubSpot workflow. Okay, nice. So I'm imagining, and this might be incorrect, but I'm imagining this is the kind of like landing page or resource page that you can build so that your buying committee can maybe land here and find the resources that the salesperson has uploaded. So it might be like a company one pager or the contract or the quote or the sales deck or the latest white paper or a case study, that kind of stuff. So that's nice. And they can come back and book meetings at their leisure. Okay, that's cool. So let's go back. Okay, so that opens in a new tab. Um, we've got a chat bot. What does the chat bot say? Chat with us, contact form. Why not follow us? Okay. So yeah, there's not a huge amount to look at on Boxstep. I think overall, it's a tricky one. I'm going to give it a 6.5, but it's potentially a 7. I think some of the copy needs work, which means that the positioning and the messaging needs some work. I think it's very simple, but to the point where I don't really know what's going on. I mean, these are really on the home page, at least. These three text boxes are the majority of the information that I receive. This is really interesting, and so is this. It just needs to be reworked, both in terms of the messaging and in terms of how it's visually displayed. I think that the illustrations could probably do with redoing. There's kind of juvenile and naive in a nice way, and then there's just sort of uninspiring juvenile and naive. The structure needs changing. This doesn't need changing. This is super simple. Let's just have a quick look, eh? Whilst I've got you here. I don't love the loading. Again, it's slower because of me, but I don't love that. Um, Yeah, I feel like maybe this website was designed by the founder, and I totally get that, right? That's not criticism, really. It's you make do with what you've got. Um, yeah, okay, it doesn't really tell me much. Okay, it's okay, right? There's Kev. Um, let's have a quick look at that video and then we'll wrap this episode up. Okay, so let's watch the video. I hope it's not too slow. Okay, it takes us to YouTube. Okay, okay. Right, so there's no subtitles and there's no voiceover. So that's not great. Um, for a product like this that isn't intuitive and has some really cool features by the sounds of it, I would really want those explained to me as like patronizingly as possible so I know exactly what's going on. It's basically just that video is just screenshots of this stuff, but I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on. I think subtitles at least would have made that a bit more relevant, but it's okay, right? I feel like this is very early stages, and there's lots of room to make this a lot more effective. And I would like to check back maybe and see. Um, so yeah, that is Boxstep 6.57. Lots of potential.